All right, welcome back, y'all. So we are talking about the importance of sleep, and today I want to talk about developing an evening routine. So we've talked about routines before. We have a really good class and workshop on routines. If you haven't seen that or gone through the material on that, it's really, really powerful. Specifically, we want to address developing an evening routine to support really good sleep. And remember, we talked about in the circadian rhythms module about the two things we need to set circadian rhythms. So we need consistency with our schedule, all right? We need things to be consistent over time. That's how our body gets habituated to expect certain things at certain times, even if they don't perfectly align with mimicking the day during the day or getting sunlight and mimicking the night during the night. I've said before, I get up at 3:30 every morning, no matter what time of year it is. Sometimes the sun comes up around 5:15, 5:30, and then depending on what time of year it is, sometimes it comes up a lot later. And then I always go to bed 6:30, 7:30 p.m. at night, somewhere around there. And again, certain parts of the year, that's before the sun goes down, or the sun goes down somewhere around there. And then other parts of the year, the sun stays out pretty late. You know, I don't even know because I'm in bed by the time it goes down. But I wasn't always like that. Like, it took some time to get to the point to where now I'm habituated to it. My body expects it. Like, I'm just so habituated to it. I wake up in the morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock, no matter what, because my body is used to it. I secrete cortisol because my body is so habituated to that. We need that consistency. And then around 6:30, 7 p.m., no matter what's going on, I automatically get tired and get ready to go to bed because I'm so habituated to it. That's what we want. We want some consistency. So in that routines talk, we talked about like how we want to embrace the wisdom of uncertainty because that's where all the adventure and magic of life happens. It's in the unknown, right? We have a vision of what we want to do and where we want to be and where we want to go. But between here and there, we have no idea how it's going to unfold. And that's where all the excitement is, if we have the perception of that. But within the wisdom of uncertainty, we do definitely want to have a little bit of consistency and routines so that we have some certainty with that understanding of uncertainty. So thinking about the kind of person that we want to be, especially when it comes to sleep patterns. What things do we need to consider to build routines around when it comes to sleep patterns, right? What looks like a good evening routine? Take some time to visualize that process so that you get an idea of what the ideal situation is. And then make sure that you have your environment designed around that. And just remember, we get to do this in this modern world, all right? We're not living out in the wild where we don't have the option to create a routine that we want. We have the ability to do this in this modern world, which I think is a really good thing. So there's a lot of things that we could maybe factor into an evening routine. I'm just going to give you the things that I feel like are important and things that we would all want to consider. So the first one is having a reminder or alarm for bedtime. So I think everyone would benefit from having that. An hour, hour and a half, 2 hours before bedtime, an alarm goes off reminding you to get ready for bed. All right, that's an unconscious, non-conscious cue that initiates a lot of good processes, right? So then we want to factor in dinner and dessert in there somewhere probably. And we're talking about the evening routine here. Blue light blocking glasses, I think, are a no-brainer for everyone. All right, I think everyone needs to be putting those things on hour, hour and a half, 2 hours before bedtime. Maybe having something calming and relaxing. So I like to clean the kitchen with a little bit of music. That's relaxing to me. I like to either read a book or have a book read to me. Sometimes veg out and watch a movie. You know, it doesn't happen that often, but sometimes that is relaxing. And then maybe something to look forward to, like a cup of tea or a little board game or a word game on your phone or something like that, right? And then definitely supplements if applicable, if you're taking some supplements to help facilitate sleep. So this is what my evening routine would look like, or does look like right now. Like, I've been doing this for a while, and it's pretty much just part of the deal. I try to go home and hit the dog park around 4:35 p.m., right? Like, Conan get worn out. Now I've got some new dogs in our family with Arnica, so we let the dogs play and get worn out, and then we try to get home and start eating around 5:30 or something like that, 6 o'clock. My alarm goes off to get ready for bed around 6 or 6:30. And then I'm cleaning the kitchen with some music, or I'm talking to Arnica as I'm cleaning the kitchen. Super relaxing, helps me digest my food a little bit. And then I put on my blue light blocking glasses, so I have those on for at least an hour before bedtime, usually an hour and a half, 2 hours. Usually I'll have just a little bit of dessert, and so that's after I've eaten dinner. You know, I've had dinner, cleaning the kitchen, tinkering around a little bit, putting on the glasses, straightening up, maybe reading a book, and then we usually have like a little bit of fresh fruit or something, some dark chocolate, some honey. And then we make some tea and take our applicable supplements, and then that is it. We'll get in bed. Sometimes Arnica likes to play a little word game, and I like to watch her play that a little bit, but that's pretty much the routine right there. So again, we want some consistency, all right? We have to have some time that we're doing this on a regular basis so our body gets habituated to the schedule. We also want to do all the things that facilitate sleep, like getting brightness every day and dimming everything at night and minimizing our stimulus and all that. But when it comes to an evening routine, considering those things that we want to have in place that are going to facilitate good sleep, and I definitely think that includes having an alarm, making sure that you factor in dinner and dessert somewhere in there, blue light blocking glasses, maybe something calming and relaxing, maybe a cup of tea, and then supplements if applicable. Picture what that looks like for you. Get it down on paper. That is what you're moving towards. That's the ideal. Put it into practice. Understand it's going to take some time for it to get habituated, but it will work out over time, okay? And it's going to facilitate some amazing sleep. All right?